The AP has declared Andre Dickens the 61st mayor of Atlanta. Here's a look at the numbers for you, with about 76% of precincts reporting Andre Dickens, 62.78% of the vote to 37.22% to City Council President Felicia Moore. Again, the AP declaring Andre Dickens the winner. Let's turn now for some perspective on these results tonight. 11 Alive political analyst Dr. Andra Gillespie joining us in studio with our Jeff Hellinger.
So what happened between November 2nd and today? It's really a tale of two cities. Forget about Charles Dickens and that piece of literature from years ago. Andre Dickens is living the life as he goes from third to becoming the 61st mayor of the city of Atlanta.
Yes, I mean, it's a remarkable turnaround. He consolidated the support of not only his group of supporters from November 2nd, but also the people who voted for other people other than Felicia Moore.
Watching Andre Dickens tonight, we have known him to be cerebral. He went to Mays High School, graduated as a chemical engineer from Georgia Tech. We had him in our studios for the debate earlier this month. Very cerebral. What we saw tonight in his victory speech was anything but.
Well, I mean, he's excited, and he has a right to be excited. But this is also a native son of the city who's certainly well-versed in the culture of the city, and I think he very much spoke to that tonight. And I think his message was actually a pretty unifying message. The idea of building circles instead of lines, I think, is a message that was intended to reach out to everybody across all parts of the city, whether you voted for him or not.
Even though he's been on city council, I think he is a mystery to a lot of people in Atlanta. I think a lot of folks are not sure what to expect from Andre Dickens.
Well, they aren't, and there were some people who were trying to suggest that he was some type of defund the police radical, which isn't true. He certainly has some progressive ideas. He cares a lot about housing, but I think he's going to bring an engineer sensibility to the office, and so I think we'll just have to wait and see how he governs as mayor.
It is mind-boggling to think how these runoffs in Atlanta, and in Georgia politics for that matter, take on a totally different lilt. They're like, you know, like a dragon out of the cage.
Well, I'm going to channel Charles Bullock from UGA to say that this was actually a pretty surprising result for Felicia Moore to finish in second place after such a strong finish on the first ballot. But part of the reason why we have runoff elections in Georgia is when people win with pluralities of the vote and they're not anywhere close to a majority of the vote, people have very different preferences. And so we saw that tonight, that once the field got winnowed to two candidates, there were very different perceptions about, you know, who should get the majority of those votes.
What happened to Felicia Moore here? Did she not do well the last 3 or 4 weeks with her message, with her campaigning? Where was her missteps in your estimation?
She didn't grow her base, apparently. So we'll have questions about turnout and sort of what turnout looks like in the northern and southern parts of the city. But one of the things looking at the early election polls was that Andre Dickens had done well in Midtown during the November 2nd election. He's actually started to creep north and win some of those precincts north of North Avenue as well.
Dr. Gillespie, we always appreciate your work. This Georgia Tech grad, maybe you can do something about that football program there too, huh?
I'm a UVA grad, so I actually don't want him to.
All right, thanks. We appreciate it. We'll take a break right now. We'll come back right after this.